The year was 1162, and the Mongolian steppe was a vast, untamed land where survival depended on strength, strategy, and resilience. The region was inhabited by nomadic tribes who constantly warred with each other over resources, herds, and power. In the heart of this unforgiving land, a boy was born to the chieftain Yesugei of the Borjigin clan. His mother, Holan, was a strong-willed woman, abducted from her previous husband by Yesugei. Legend claimed that when the infant emerged into the world, he clutched a blood clot in his tiny fist, a sign, according to Mongol beliefs, that he was destined for greatness. His parents named him Temujin, after a Tatar warrior whom his father had recently defeated in battle. But fate was cruel. When Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by enemies while returning from securing a marriage alliance for his son. With Yesugei dead, his family's status crumbled. Their own tribe, unwilling to support a widow and her young children, cast them out, leaving them to fend for themselves in the wilderness. Temujin's early years were filled with hunger, betrayal, and survival. His family lived in poverty, subsisting on wild roots, small animals, and fish from the icy rivers. Life on the steppe was merciless, and only the strong endured. At one point, Temujin was captured and enslaved by the rival Taichi-Ud tribe. Shackled and humiliated, he was paraded in front of the people who had once abandoned him. But his spirit remained unbroken. With the help of a sympathetic guard, he seized an opportunity, broke free, and escaped into the wild. This ordeal cemented his belief in loyalty and discipline, two principles that later defined his rule. He learned that betrayal was a constant threat, and that power was not given, but taken. Upon his escape, Temujin did not immediately seek revenge. Instead, he carefully built alliances, starting with his childhood friend and blood brother, Jamusha, and the influential chieftain Togrul, leader of the Karaite tribe. What set Temujin apart was his revolutionary leadership style. Unlike other Mongol chieftains who ruled through lineage and favoritism, he promoted men based on merit, skill, and loyalty. He abolished the aristocracy's privileges and offered power to the lowest-born warriors if they proved their worth. By 1206, after years of battle, diplomacy, and strategic marriages, Temujin had united the once warring Mongol tribes under his rule. At a grand tribal council, he was given the title Genghis Khan, universal ruler, a name that soon struck fear into the hearts of empire. Genghis Khan did not just create an army, he created the most disciplined and efficient war machine in history. His warriors were highly trained horsemen, capable of riding for days without rest. Each soldier had multiple horses, switching between them to maintain speed and endurance. Their composite bows, small but powerful, allowed them to shoot arrows with deadly accuracy even while galloping. But beyond physical prowess, the Mongols mastered psychological warfare. Before attacking a city, they sent messengers offering surrender. Those who complied were often spared and absorbed into the Mongol ranks. Those who resisted faced total annihilation. The Khan deliberately spread tales of his brutality, ensuring that many cities surrendered without a fight, paralyzed by fear alone. He also embraced new technologies, employing captured Chinese and Persian engineers to build siege engines, catapults, and explosives. The Mongols were not just horsemen. They were adaptable, learning from every enemy they conquered. Genghis Khan's first major conquest was the Jin dynasty of China, a powerful empire that had long looked down upon the nomadic Mongols as barbarians. However, the Great Wall and the heavily fortified cities of China proved no match for Mongol ingenuity. Mongol tactics included using prisoners as human shields, diverting rivers to flood cities, and even deploying biological warfare, flinging plague-infected corpses over city walls. After a brutal campaign, Beijing fell in 1215. The once mighty Jin dynasty was shattered, and the Mongols established themselves as the dominant power in northern China. While Genghis Khan was a ruthless conqueror, he also respected diplomacy. In 1218, he sent a caravan of merchants to the Khwarezmian Empire, hoping to establish trade relations. But the arrogant Shah of Khwarezm betrayed him, executing Mongol envoys and seizing their goods. To insult a Mongol messenger was to insult the Khan himself. Genghis Khan's response was apocalyptic. His armies swept across Persia like a storm, razing entire cities. The Mongols executed entire populations, leaving behind mountains of skulls as a warning. Some estimates suggested that nearly 10% of the Persian population perished in this campaign. The once thriving Khwarezmian Empire ceased to exist. Despite his reputation for destruction, Genghis Khan was also a visionary leader. He enforced religious tolerance, allowing Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and others to worship freely. His laws, known as the Yasa, created order in a previously chaotic world. He established a vast postal system, the Yam, allowing messengers to travel across Asia in record time. Trade flourished, and the Silk Road became safer than ever before. Under his rule, knowledge, culture, and ideas flowed freely between East and West. In 1227, while campaigning against the Western Jia dynasty, Genghis Khan fell ill. Some said he was injured in battle, others claimed he succumbed to disease. There were even legends that he was killed by a captured princess seeking revenge. Before his death, he ordered his burial site to be kept secret. His body was carried to an unknown location, and to ensure secrecy, all witnesses were killed. To this day, the location of Genghis Khan's tomb remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Though Genghis Khan was gone, his empire did not die with him. His sons and grandsons expanded Mongol rule even further, conquering Russia, the Middle East, and parts of Europe. His grandson, Kublai Khan, established the Yuan dynasty in China. At its height, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, the largest contiguous empire in history. Genghis Khan's name evoked both terror and admiration. To some, he was a brutal warlord who left a trail of destruction. To others, he was a unifier who shaped the modern world. His genetic legacy was astonishing. Modern DNA studies suggested that 1 in 200 men alive today could trace their lineage back to him. His influence on military strategy, governance, and global trade was still felt today. Genghis Khan did not just conquer lands, he conquered time, ensuring that his name would echo through history for centuries to come.